Hey all, it's your boy Drew, and today we're going to have a conversation with my best friend, Carmen, Karma. I don't know what name she goes by these days.
Carmen Royale.
Carmen Royale, about the ABCs of, and I'll let you take it from there. Because when I heard her talk about this yesterday, I was just like, wait, what? I have known this woman for, we moved to New York in 2004, so since like 2001, 2002, I think I met you because
Yeah, like
did I know you when I met?
2002,
Oh
2003,
my
something
God.
like that. Yeah.
So like 20 years. So I've known this woman for 20 years, and this is a philosophy that she's had forever that I'm just learning about. So take it away. ABC.
Yeah, ABC. Always be cute. That you don't have to be cute necessarily, but it really means, looking your best at all times. You don't have to have a three-piece suit on. You don't have to have a formal ball gown on or, be dressed to the nines all the time. But, just always look presentable. I always think of it as like, if I'm at the grocery store, and this used to happen to me a lot, actually, I think that's how I came up with it, that I would be at the store and I would come out of the store and the news would be filming and they would be asking people questions. And so I think of it as, what would you want to be wearing and how would you like to look and present if you walked out of your door and the news was there with a microphone and camera and they were filming you? How do you want the world to see you? And this is the one time that they'll ever see you, that the world will ever see you on the news or on TV, because that's kind of what it is. It's like in life, some people you'll never see again. You'll never get a chance, second chance to make a first impression, as they say. So, you want to look presentable at all times. And even to the extreme that my dad taught us to wake up and you get dressed. You don't wake up and you lounge around the house in pajamas without your hair combed and without brushing your teeth. You get up and you get dressed and you start your day.
So I just did a video recently where I was talking about my disagreements with one of my favorite YouTube influencers, Hamza, about, the way that you dress. And so that's what piqued the conversation I had with Carmen. And that's when she said, yeah, she completely agrees. And it's actually a few people have responded and told me that that video resonated a lot with them because they agreed with a lot of the sentiments that I said. So that's where that was the impetus of this conversation. But I do think that that's very interesting, the phenomenon of boys being cute. And I wanted to bring on a female to talk about it in that regard because I didn't want it to be me that was putting out the message of ABC or always be cute, because I feel like that's better suited for a female to do on my channel.
Yeah, and it's not just about being cute, but you just want to present your best self.
Yeah.
I think you told me a story once about something that happened, but like I said, for me, it even just makes me feel better looking my best. Like I said, I don't have to have a dress and heels on, but being dressed appropriately for a situation makes you more confident. It makes you more comfortable, in the situation. At the very least, it's one less thing to think about if you're in a situation with people that you don't know and you're wanting to make a good impression. At least you have properly fitting clothing on that's appropriate for the situation. And I always say better to be slightly overdressed than underdressed ever.
Yeah, so it's not really about, because a lot of people will be like, oh, well, so if I'm going to the gym, if I'm going to Walmart, if I'm going to Target, if I'm going to the grocery store, or the gas station, I should put on, a suit. No one's saying that you should put on a suit. It's simply just talking about if you're going to wear a pair of sweatpants and a shirt, it shouldn't be the worst thing in your closet. It should be something good, a good pair of sweatpants, a good shirt, relatively clean sneakers or shoes. If you're gonna wear a hat, a decent hat that looks, decent, not all torn and that. People just make judgments. And I think you had said something in a conversation we had recently where you're like, what did you say? Something to the effect of, you said something like, it's not going to matter how you might be. It's the impression you make or what the last thing that they see. Or remember when you said something like that?
Yeah, I said people have very little imagination. So they have no idea that like you normally look completely different. You normally would be dressed nicely. You normally would have a clean shirt and, you know, properly fitting pants on, you know, and clean shoes. They have no idea any of that. You normally would have combed your hair today. Like no one knows any of this. So, you know, so just it's best to not have to make their imagination work, because again, most people have very little to no imagination. They have no idea what you normally would be like.
I feel like that is a really good point. Most people don't have imagination, or well, maybe they do. They just don't care about it like that. They just, they see you and that's the impression you've made. It doesn't matter what goes on. It doesn't matter if you've made improvements, if you've lost weight, if you've changed your hair, all of these things that matter to you specifically and maybe your individual circle. Other people out there in the cosmos, when they first see you, that's the impression you make. That's why I was just like, that's so true.
It's almost worse if like you normally look presentable, but today I saw you and you look homeless. Like now it makes you think, what's going on with you that you were looked homeless when I saw you? Like, are you having some type of emotional situation? Like what was happening that day, you know? That's
something to consider. But like you said, no, most people don't have the imagination to necessarily care about. And that really resonated with me, because like, meaning that like the story I talked about in that video was I met a fashion designer, and I consider myself, even then, this was like in like 2015-ish, I consider myself relatively fashionable, someone that could possibly be model-esque, and I looked like a bum. I was so mad at myself. I was like, why did I go out of my house looking like this? And so when you said, well, people don't have imagination, even a fashion designer that is as imaginative as they possibly get saw me and was like, no, you know, like looking the worst that I could, well, looking pretty bad. So they don't have imagination. It just really is important to look as good as you possibly can. And I feel like there's a lot of people that I'm going to do a video where I'm going to talk about the different items that men wear when they go to the gym and how they can look better. Because I've noticed that in general, women dress a lot better than men do at the gym.
Yeah, there are different companies, you know, I'd say like Fabletics, Athleta, Lululemon, you know, there's a whole industry around gym clothing.
For women.
Something for women.
Men too.
And some things are more expensive. You know, I think Fabletics is probably one of those like subscription ones that are on the lower end. I actually have several Fabletics things. I think that it's very well made. It's not expensive. But it doesn't cost a lot of money to have decent gym clothes. So there's really no excuse to look bad or to have, you know, improper or like ill-fitting, you know, low quality gym clothes. Like there's really like no excuse for it. You can actually get pretty decent gym clothes at Target, you know, probably even Walmart, you know, but I mean, I have a lot of stuff from Target too. They have good gym clothes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do, like I said, I break it down with like hats, tops, sweats, sneakers. Like I kind of break it down with all the different, I'm gonna break it down with all of those different parts, and like list the different things that you could wear. Because I've noticed, like I said, women definitely on average, anecdotally, dress better at the gym than men do. And I think it's like there is I don't even know if it's that women care more. I just think that in general, women's gym clothes just tend to be made better. Or I think guys don't pay attention. A lot of guys don't necessarily pay attention to a lot of things they wear at the gym. Anyway, I'm simply saying I do think that we need to pay more attention to how we dress in general. And like you said, when you're not worried about the way that you dress, you can be more of your full self. You can be a little bit more confident in your presentation to other people. That's something that I've noticed. So yeah, that's why I wanted to hop on here and have this conversation with Carmen about the ABCs, always being cute, always looking your best, essentially. I just think that ABC has a better ring to it. So that's why I wanted to talk about that really quick.
Yeah, and also to be more, the simpler, the better. You know, you don't have to be elaborate. It actually, you know, having elaborate things sometimes actually, you know, looks kind of cheap and, you know, I guess gauche would be the word. So, you know, elegance is actually simple and understated sometimes.